These women address the media next to the eternal flame in front of Parliament. Margaret Faux has been advocating for adequate housing for urban Indigenous women and girls in British Columbia for the past 28 years. She says research in her province indicates $7 billion is needed to help what is now a crisis.
And we have said our people are literally dying on our doorsteps. And we've been asked by federal representatives, are you at the breaking point? We as people are not at the breaking point, but our people are dying. So I would say that the housing structures and systems are beyond the breaking point. So I don't think we can afford to wait much longer.
Keepers of the Circle and the Women's National Housing and Homelessness Network filed the two claims. Arlene Hache says it's a momentous day.
There's over 400 groups and individuals across the country, diverse individuals and groups, that is composed of that group. And it's also coming from the National Indigenous Feminist Working Group, Housing Working Group. They compiled the research, they did the policy analysis, and they gathered testimony from those most impacted by Canada's failure to realize the right to housing.
Maria McGregor Pitawanakwat represents Keepers of the Circle. 4 years ago, she was evicted from her home in Whitefish River First Nation. She's hopeful the claims will mean action for Indigenous women.
And I'm hoping that they will respond to the recommendations in the human rights claim. The ones that I made in particular were recommendations for designing and building our own homes, having our own training program to do so, and having our own accreditation from the training program to do so, so that Indigenous peoples, women in particular, are able to build our own homes again.
According to Faux, the federal government's $300 million housing investment in its most recent budget is just a Band-Aid. She says between the provinces of Ontario and BC alone, over $20 billion is needed. Meanwhile, the federal housing advocate has 120 days to respond to the claim. And at Francis, APTN National News, Ottawa.